Hello everyone, welcome to this video tutorial on database management system. In today's video lecture, we will see entity relationship diagram, which is a very popular high-level conceptual design model used in the database design by the database designer. If you remember the second last classes, so we know that in the tree schemat architecture, in the conceptual level, the database designer concentrates on the database structure and constraints. So this can be achieved using an ER model or an ER diagram. So in today's video, we will be concentrating on this concept of the ER model concept, which is a popular high-level conceptual data model. Okay. This ER model and its variations are frequently used for the conceptual design of the database applications, and many database design tools employ its concepts. Okay, so here we will describe the basic data structuring concept and the constraints of the ER model, and we will discuss their use in the design of the conceptual schemas for the database application. Fine. So this ER model, which is a data model or ER diagram, allows us to describe the data involved in a real world enterprise in terms of objects and their relationships, and is widely used to develop an initial database design by the database designer. And this entity relationship diagram is proposed by Dr. Peter Chen, and we know that this is a conceptual design of the database. Okay. So this particular conceptual design provides useful concepts, okay, that allow us to move from an informal description of what user wants from their databases to a more detailed and precise description that can be implemented in a database. So now we will see that what are the different components in a ER model. So ER model consists of the following thing. It consists of the entities, attributes, relationships, and the structural constraints on the relationship. Okay, so we know that an ER model consists of describes the data. An ER model, whenever we are going to design a conceptual design of the database, the ER model describes the data as entities, relationships, and attributes. Okay, now we will have a look on these components one by one, and we will discuss with suitable example. First, we will have a look on what is an entity. Okay, so the basic object that the ER model represents is an entity. Okay, so generally it is defined as a real world object with independent existence. Okay, so an entity which is a object in the real world may have a physical existence or it have a logical existence. So if you take an example, so let us look at the employee. Employee is an entity because it is an object in the real world with physical existence, because we can see an employee. Okay, we can, there is an physically exist a thing in an employee, but course is an example which is an entity that exists logically. So we cannot see a course, but its existence is there. So an entity may be a real world object that exists either physically or logically. Okay, so whenever you represent a thing in the entity in an ER diagram, you have to use some predefined notations. Okay, so the diagrammatic notation used for entity is the rectangle. So whenever you are representing an entity, you have to represent the entity within a rectangular box. Okay, so if you take the another examples of entity with physical existence, it can be a person, it can be a car, it can be a house, it can be an employee. Okay, or an object with conceptual existence, which may be a company, a job, an university course. So this is an examples of the entity with conceptual existence. Okay, so next we will see what is an entity set. So next we will see what is an entity set. So the collection of all entities of a particular entity type in the database at any point in time is called the entity set. So it is a collection of similar entities. For example, all the employees or all the students, we can define them as the entity set. Okay, and all the entities in the entity set have some attributes. So as you can see, a student can be described by some attribute. Attribute are the characteristics. So the characteristics may be the roll number, name, login, age, or CGPA. And all the entities in an entity set have the same set of characteristics. So all the students will have this particular information or the characteristics. Each entity set has a key. Key means, suppose all the students, every student in the student entity type will be uniquely identified by their roll number. So it is a key. Okay, and each attribute has a domain. Domain means, for example, ID. ID will have a domain of integer. Name will have a domain from the characters. Then login will be another alphanumeric characteristics. Age can be an floating point, and CGPA can be also a number with decimal value allowed. So these are the domains. So every attribute will have a domain. One more thing you have to remember, that entity set need not be disjoint. So what do you mean by that? Two students can have the same name, two students can have the same age, they can have the same CGPA. So if we find out the intersection, so their intersection is not equal to null, so they need not to be disjoint. So this is the entity set. Okay, next we will see what is an attribute. Okay, so generally whenever we are going to define an entity, every entity has some attributes. Okay, what are the attributes? Attributes are the particular properties that describes a particular entity. Okay, so for example, suppose student have this particular attribute. So a student is described by their roll numbers, their names, their login, their age, or their CGPA. So an attribute describes the property of an entity. Okay, so whenever we are going to represent an attributes in the ER diagram, we will be using this oval notation. Okay, and you have to remember that a particular entity will have a value for each of its attributes. So this student will have a roll number 1, suppose name is a different, then so the meaning is this: a particular entity will have a value for each of its attributes, and the attribute values that describes each entity become a major part of the data stored in the database. Okay, so this is the attributes. Okay, so there are various types of attributes in case of ER diagram. So whenever you are going to represent an entity, you will be using this rectangle box. Okay, and whenever you are going to use the attributes of that particular entity that describes the entity, you will be using this oval. So in the next video, we will see what are the different types of attributes that an entity can have. So thank you.